Hello, guys. How is your day today? So, I'm just here briefly to speak about our attitudes and the things that we do every day. So, we are called to be our brother's keeper. Being our brother's keeper means that we need to love each other. And I've come to speak especially to those who are in authority. Please let us love one another. For love is from God, and everyone that loves is born of God and knows God. If you're working in a government office, be kind. If you are a police officer, be kind. If you're a teacher, be kind. Be loving and be forgiving. I know that we live in a time when we are going through a lot of stresses, a lot of personal issues, and there will always be conflict, even with people that we don't know, strangers along the road that have nothing to do with us. They have not hurt us in any way. People come into our office, we don't know them. Let's not treat people badly. Let's do unto others as we would love to be done unto us. Let's strive to be kind to people. Let's strive to seek peace and pursue it. We don't have to quarrel. It's not a necessity. We don't have to fight always. We don't have to be bitter towards each and everyone. It is not necessary to insult someone. Let me tell you guys, there is peace when you don't have strife. And strife means that you have something against someone or you have conflict with someone. I promise you, life without conflict, life without strife is one of the best lives that when you experience it, you will not want to be in conflict with anyone. We will always seek peace and pursue it. Let's learn not to take things personally. That person that you're meeting on the road that wants to have conflict with you, it's not personal, especially if it's someone that you don't know. They have their issues, you have your own. It is always easier not to answer back, not to insult back, not to quarrel with anyone. It is always easier to seek peace and to pursue it. Let's learn to rise above the conflicts of this earth. Guys, I'm telling you this because I have seen the difference between when I used to always be in conflict with people and now when I'm not in conflict. There's that peace that surpasses all human understanding that God promises, that when you're not in conflict or in strife with anyone, it just reigns over your whole environment, that anytime someone is coming at you, you don't feel the need to clap back. Why? Because you know what peace means and you cannot exchange it for anything. You cannot exchange it for anything. It becomes easier to forgive when you have this peace. It becomes easier to let go. It becomes very easy for someone to insult you or come at you with their issues and for you to just remain calm and remain cool. Listen, answering back, insulting and quarreling, it just comes from a low self-esteem. The need to always defend ourselves comes from a place of low esteem. Like, why do we always feel the need to defend ourselves? Why do we always feel the need to clap back? Why do we always feel the need to talk back or to insult back? It says something about our self-esteem. The need to defend ourselves says a lot about our self-esteem. When you're sure of yourself, when you know who you are, when you're sure about who you are, then you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to answer back to make yourself feel good about yourself. You don't need to fight back. You don't need to clap back. You don't need to quarrel back to make you feel good about yourself. In fact, it will make you feel very good. Guys, just try this. You will experience it. You will experience it, and it will take away anyone who is bitter. It will take away the bitterness. It will take away, it will change you. It will even change your countenance. There's one thing that I've been learning about healing, and the thing about disease is that it comes sometimes from bitterness. It comes sometimes from character. It comes from our attitudes. It comes from our environment. Let me tell you, when you forgive very easily, when you seek peace and pursue it, when you love unconditionally, even those that you think are not supposed to be loved, when you live a peaceful and quiet life, trust me, the diseases, they just go away. The depression, it goes away. The high blood pressure, it goes away. Those pains that you feel, the pains that you have in your back, the pains that you have in your joints, the pain that you have in your stomach, in your head, those pains that you cannot explain, that you do not understand, they come from strife. Guys, when you leave strife behind, you get healed. When you leave strife behind, you get healed. You give God space to work in you. You give God a chance to work with you. When you leave quarreling behind, when you leave fighting behind, when you leave the pointing of fingers behind, when you leave the gossip behind, when you leave the malice behind, when you leave the insults behind, when you leave the vengeance, guys, vengeance, always plotting on how you're gonna revenge. When you leave all these things behind, you have no idea what kind of peace you will have. And you see, when you leave all these things behind, you create an environment where God is able to come and work with you. You create an environment for answered prayers. You create an environment for healing. Even the things that you did not know you're suffering from, you just get healed. And then you realize, I was suffering from something and it's no longer there. I had pains that are no longer there. I had ailments that I could not explain that are no longer there. I had this thing that I was trying to treat that is no longer there. You find that you're just pleasant. You who are not pleasant, you just find that you are pleasant. And the amazing thing is that you love being pleasant. You just love it, and you don't want to go back to the way you used to be. You just find that you are kind all of a sudden. All of a sudden, you find that you are loving all of a sudden. You find that you are forgiving all of a sudden. You find that the things that you felt the need to do before, like retaliate, you don't feel the need to do them anymore, and you are happy about it. You experience the joy of the Lord. You experience joy in your heart. Guys, this is a good place to be. It is a good environment to be. It is a pleasant environment to be. Like, your mind is zen throughout. You don't feel the need to abuse substances. You don't feel the need to take alcohol to get a high. You get a high from being pleasant. You get a high from being kind. You get a high from being generous. You get a high from being good. You get a high from being loving. There's a certain kind of high that you cannot compare with the substances of this earth. So what I would urge you guys is, do this. Every day purpose. Just make it a purpose that today I will love each and every person. The way I do it personally is when I see someone, I tell them I love you. I don't tell them out loud. I say it in my heart, but I am directing it to them. I love you. I love you. I love you. And it has changed over the years. I find myself loving people, even those that I usually wouldn't love. I find myself loving people that I would usually look down upon. I find myself loving people. And when you love people, you don't gossip about them. Because when you love, every time there's that feeling that you want to talk about them, the love overwhelms it. The love overtakes it, and you're like, no, I can't do this to this person. When you feel the need to be vengeful, the love overwhelms it. You're like, no, I love this person. I can't do this to them. And guys, do you know what? It doesn't matter what that person has done to you. You always feel the need to not harm them because you love them. And that is the love of God. Can we do this, guys? I'm not asking you to try. I'm asking you to do it. And then one day you will tell the difference. It doesn't take a day. It takes time. You have to be determined. You have to be disciplined. And you have to pray that the Spirit of God will help you and direct you to this. It is written that we should learn or seek to live in peace. You should learn to live a quiet life and to mind your own business. That way, people will not have anything to say about you. Guys, try this and then let me know. The peace of God that surpasses all human understanding will reign in your hearts. So have a blessed day. Have a beautiful day. Have a wonderful day. I've just given you the secret to healing. Healing anything. If you want to heal your physical body, if you want to heal your relationships, if you want to heal your relationships, your physical body, your finances, anything, this is what you do for healing. This is what you do for healing. Trust me, guys. Have a great day. See you tomorrow, God willing.